Good afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome to Glens Falls and to the cool insuring arena. I always want to say the Glens Falls Civic Center, as we were known for so many years. But welcome to the Glens Falls Cool Insuring Arena. I'm Mayor Bill Collins, and it is an honor to be here. I'm so excited. The bad weather came earlier in the week, and we're sure not to have it repeated for this weekend. I've got a commitment from St. Patrick himself. It's an exciting time of the year for everybody. March is such a great month for every basketball fan. The days are getting longer. The sun is getting brighter. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. For those of you who are Irish, it's a high holy day. And it comes with the New York State Public High School Athletic Association's Boys Basketball Championship. Welcome to Glens Falls. We're here again. We're so excited to be here. Look, over the years, this court has had some very noteworthy young men that you may have just seen from the ad that we produced. We are doing our best to make sure that everyone feels welcome here in Glens Falls. We certainly have had many great athletes such as Chris Mullen and Jamal Washburn and Christian Leitner, Joel Winskowski back in 2015 from Lake George, and Kevin Herter from Shen. We're obviously partial to hometown favorites like Jimmer Fredette and Joe Girard III, who played here as well. The road to Glens Falls is a journey that began just a few months ago for these high school students. But when we think of March and we think of the championships, we think of those basketball players that are young and still playing in every small hamlet and city in New York State. We think of every young basketball player who aspires to be at a state championship, winning or at least playing their heart out. We wonder who will make the history this year, who will show us what's more to come, who will be the next champion to come across this court and then go on to college and hopefully play pro ball. The life lessons, the hard work, the teamwork, the commitment that it takes to get here in Glens Falls, to get to the state championships. Those life lessons are not lost. I know from working with NYSPHSAA that student athletes, they're students first, and there are many life lessons to be won and learned in high school sports. We don't want it to just be about those who win the championships. It's about all, and so I welcome all to Glens Falls. Even in those losses, Glens Falls last week lost in the Section 2 championship to Catholic Central, who's one of the two teams. Those and I believe North Warren are representing Section 2 here this weekend. So we'll now be rooting for Catholic Central and North Warren to take Section 2 to some championships. It's the most we could hope for. But we just want to make sure that we recognize all the athletes that are coming here and welcome them to the road to Glens Falls. 37 times the state championships have been held here, and we'd love it to be another 37 times if we had our way. I'd like to now introduce to you the Executive Director of the New York State Public High School Athletic Association, Dr. Robert Zayas. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're excited to be back here in Glens Falls. This is truly the home of New York State Basketball State Championships. We have over 700 teams that participate in the sport of boys basketball within our association. And we're so excited to welcome the top 20 teams from New York State to participate right here in Glens Falls to contend for the title of New York State champion. These teams started 3 months ago with the quest of earning the right to be here in Glens Falls to compete for a state championship. So Glens Falls is truly the place where dreams come true. Student athletes will participate, fans will attend, and it's our goal as the New York State Public High School Athletic Association to provide an atmosphere and an environment that truly embodies what it is to participate for a state championship. And the City of Glens Falls and the organizing committee and all the volunteers truly give us the opportunity to provide an atmosphere and a first-class state championship environment. So on behalf of our State High School Athletic Association, nearly 800 schools, we work on behalf of close to 600,000 student athletes. We couldn't be more excited to be hosting the New York State Public High School Athletic Association State Championship right here in Glens Falls. We're excited about the weekend and can't wait to tip off tomorrow morning. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mayor.
Now, the basketball tournament isn't only about the sports. It also has an economic impact for our city and for our region. And I'd like to show you one more 60-second promo that we've created for this event. We hope you enjoyed it. I think I probably should turn this off. Echo. So listen, I'd just like to ask the Executive Director of the Lake George Regional Chamber of Commerce and the Lake George Regional Convention and Visitors Bureau, Gina Mincer, to come up and say a few words and talk about the impact that this tournament has for us.
Thank you, Mayor Collins. So we're very excited, as everybody is, to welcome all of the student athletes, the fans, the spectators, the recruiters, the scouts that will be here to see the best of the best throughout New York State during these next 3 days. But this particular tournament, more than $5 million, is the estimated economic and employment impact for 2023. And I know Jeff Mead earlier in the week when he's talking about this, people are like, well, so how many room nights is that? And it's more than just room nights, because as you can see, people are going to spend money on eating and shopping and just getting to know the area, in addition to their accommodations. So again, that economic impact is based on accommodations, food and beverage, retail, recreation, because they won't be in the arena the whole time. But many people will stay to the very end because they want to see the very best of the best. And much more transportation is also factored into this equation. What we learned from 2022 visitor stats, in the Lake George Regional Convention and Visitors Bureau, we've actually invested, along with the county and the Warren County Tourism Department, in a new or in an additional Zartico research tool so that we could estimate even better where visitors are coming from, where are they spending their money while they're here, and how we can market better in the future. But just so you know, these stats, in March of 2022, during this particular weekend, 63% of the visitors to the city of Glens Falls stayed overnight. 90% of the visitors were from within New York State, which we would know that. The other 10% could be families and friends, or it could also be those recruiters and others that are coming here to watch this current event. They traveled from Albany, Schenectady, and Troy, obviously the capital region, our section 2, but New York City, Buffalo, Elmira, Watertown, Utica, Syracuse, Binghamton, Burlington, Vermont, Plattsburgh, and Boston, and Manchester, New Hampshire. And we do have those stats with us today for everybody that's here that really shows where those folks were coming to, who came and stayed in Glens Falls, and where they were spending their money, as opposed to the rest of Warren County. So it's really great stats that we have. In addition, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, we support this tournament in a variety of ways. For a microsite on the NYSPHSAA website so that people are planning in advance what else they can do while they're here, because we want them to enjoy everything that Glens Falls has to offer, and we want them to be thinking about that in advance. Make those reservations because we're going to be busy. But information desk, athlete check-in, we'll have staffed folks there at the Queensberry Hotel. We have a show your badge pass, so for any of the student athletes, they'll have their own badges. There's special discounts all around the region for them. Hotel availability and booking support, and we want to evaluate this after so that we can, again, provide stats to our media and to our local destination partners so that they know how to always plan to give the best guest experience. And then, of course, our own social media. We're all, Facebook Live today to promote this to all of our residents who can also enjoy the excitement of everything that's happening here at the arena throughout the weekend. And we're just, again, glad to be able to provide this information to each and every one of you as, again, we welcome so many visitors and get them excited about being here, not only today, but about coming back in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Gina. Appreciate it very much. And our next speaker, I can most certainly speak to the economic impact and that's associated with this as well. I'd like to ask President and CEO of the Adirondack Regional Chamber of Commerce, Tricia Rogers, to come up and say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited about this. So I have to be honest, having basketball back here in Glens Falls excites me. It brings me back to my days of youth when we were in high school. I remember coming here, the arena filled, the downtown bustling, our community just really excited. And now I know the impact that this is going to have on our business and community, on the hotels, the restaurants. Really excites me. I'm excited that people from all over the state are going to come into this arena. Jeff and his team have worked so hard on making this space have so much to showcase. So there's so much to be excited for. There's so much hard work that goes into it. Mr. Jim Arroyo, the director of the tournament, thank you for all your work, amongst others. So really, from an economic standpoint, this is a win-win. We're really excited to welcome visitors from all over the state, and we're really excited for the weekend. So it feels so good to have it back here in Glens Falls. It's where it should be, right? So thank you all for your support and your work to get it back here. Thank you.
And so our last speaker, as Tricia just mentioned, is Chip Gordon. Chip has been working with a large group of volunteers, the director of the Greater Glens Falls Amateur Athletic Association. No good tournament like this, no good event like this happens by accident. This takes planning, takes involvement from the entire community and investment. I'd like to ask Chip to come up and tell us a little bit about it. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming out. We're very excited as I'm watching that clip of the great players that have come through this arena, and then the amenities that we have here in Glens Falls and Warren County. We're extremely blessed, and that's why that this arena is the home of high school basketball. And I think with the 77 volunteers plus, and how we make everybody feel safe in hometown USA, that all 20 teams, the fans, the coaches, players will feel like they're at home, like they're part of our community for the next 3 days. And the interesting thing about that is they come back here for vacations because this is such a great place to be. And so we're very blessed. Our volunteers, we couldn't do this, pull this off, this tournament, without them. They worked tirelessly for those 3 days, giving of themselves for this basketball tournament. And with the Greater Glens Falls group who helps offset the amenities that that we have within the tournament and the great partnership we have with New York State Public High School. Robert and his staff work very hard to make sure that every person who comes and participates in this tournament gets a great experience. So we're extremely blessed, we're excited. I can't say that enough, that we're excited to tip it up and see, as Mayor Collins said, who's going to be that next team, that grabs our heart and our energy over the next 3 days. So look forward to seeing a lot of people out there at this place and really develop what we got here in Glens Falls, Baltimore County. So thanks again for being here.
Well, that's all we got. I just want to make sure that I say once again, welcome to Glens Falls. Welcome to the New York State Public High School Athletic Association Boys Basketball Championship. We look forward to seeing you. Good luck to all the athletes. We'll see you soon.